Alright, you lot. What fuck is going on this week? Gamers losing their minds over a trailer, EA getting sold off like discount meat, and twonks proudly pre-ordering regret just to feel special. We've got questions that burn, answers that bleed, and opinions sharp enough to shave you now. This is Hey Scotty, where your texts get read, roasted, and ran back with extra vinegar. So grab a drink, lock doors, and let's kick this week's gaming bollocks right up its spine. First question comes from Firkinell, who says, Hey Scotty, Christmas is approaching fast, so what game will you be playing on Christmas Day? None. Zip, zero, zilch, nada, not a goddamn thing, mate. Because I don't play games on Christmas. That day ain't for grinding, looting, or being shot in face by a sugar-hyped pre-teen with a new controller. Christmas is my one true gift to myself. Complete and utter solitary peace. No online, no party chat, no fake joy pumped out by seasonal login screen, just silence. While rest at world's neck deep in family drama and turkey farts, I'll be 3 whiskies deep, chicken pizza in oven, projector on, feet up like a war-scarred king in exile. That's my lobby. No lag, no microtransactions, no dickheads with Christmas skins, just peace. If fault's loading up, it's not a game, it's an old favourite. Films I actually give a shit about. Maybe even second half of Stranger Things finale. But honestly, my real holiday comes first. Halloween. One time I let horror genre have a go at scaring me. Spoiler alert, it never bloody works. I block out lights, line up scariest films they've got, and wait for summer. Oh, to hit that primal nerve. But they never do. Jump scares are kids' toys. Gores are a shrug. Psychological horror just reminds me of my last Tesco trip. I'm not looking for spooky, I'm looking for kind of dread that drills into your skull and whispers, "You're next." But these days, only way a film might actually get me is if it's one of those banned illegal bastard reels, kind filmed by someone who shouldn't be holding a camera. Even then, don't know. I've stared into the void so long I think it's gone blind. So no mate, no festive gaming here, just quiet, kind you can't buy or download. Thanks for the question, you festive crypt keeper. Jet Left Arm 427 says, Hey Scotty, what do you think about pre-order bonuses, Founders Pack exclusives? I've always bought pre-order deluxe edition to get gear that says, I'm rich enough to afford this, and when XDefiant and Splitgate 2 came out, I went for Founders editions to get cool gear. But is it worth it? I think that gaming equivalent to gold-plated dog collar. Flashy, expensive, and ultimately just there to show the world you paid extra to be mugged first. Look, let's cut through glittery bollocks. Pre-order bonuses used to mean something when physical copies were limited and you got an actual thing like a map, a keychain, maybe a steel book to launch at wall when game turned out shite. But now it's just digital dress-up for games that ain't even proved they're worth your time, let alone your cash. Founders packs? Even worse. That's like tipping a waiter before you've even ordered food, just 'cause menu had pretty fun. All you're doing is buying a promise made by marketers with lies for teeth. And when game flops, shuts down or turns into monetized hellscape, that exclusive gear becomes a badge of regret. And Jack, mate, I get flex. I do. There's a weird power in walking into a match with gear that screams, I were here first and I spent money to prove it. But that power dies fast when you realise devs are now selling better gear every season, and your founder drip is a crusty vintage. You're not a founder, you're a test subject. A player the Salt dreamed to so they could fund the roadmap of bullshit. Splitgate 2? It's a live service landmine, mate. Don't matter how cool gear is when servers get switched off and your 40 quid's worth of rare skins vanish into digital graveyard, right next to your dignity. So it's only worth it if you like burning cash for bragging rates in a pub nobody visits. Cheers for the question, Jack, you glittery pre-order warlord. Keep 'em coming. Next up, Fixer2616 says, What are your thoughts on EA Buyout? For those who don't know, EA just got bought like a crusty old racehorse by a Saudi-led consortium with more money than sense. 55 billion. We're B. That's not an acquisition, that's a hostage situation with a press release. At ransom, every studio, dev and gamer left in blast radius. They've gone private, right? Sounds harmless, but here's the bit they don't tell you. They're financing that deal with debt. Like 20 billion in gaming mortgage. And when interest sharks come sniffing, they're not eating profits, they're eating projects. Which means jobs, studios, original ideas all lined up like reindeer in a blizzard, waiting to get cold. This ain't about saving EA. It's about stripping it for parts, squeezing every last penny from live service, and running rest through a corporate blender until bones rattle in tune with shareholder demands. You think FIFA's already a cash machine? You ain't seen no yet. Loot boxes, battle passes, paid menus, sponsored air. We're about to see every disgusting trick and monetization Bible turned up to 11. Because when you got debt that deep, creativity dies first. And let's not pretend we're ignoring who's behind this. Saudi Public Investment Fund. Same lot buying up football clubs, esports, now your favourite franchises. You think politics won't touch your game? Wait till a dev tries to slip in an LGBT storyline, or criticise a regime, or even joke about religion. Let's see how long that creative freedom lasts when your boss wears oil and gold for breakfast. So yeah, mate, I've got thoughts. Rage-tinged whiskey-soaked thoughts. I've watched EA rot from inside for decades, and just when you think it couldn't get more cynical, they auction themselves off to richest lads in room and call it a new chapter. So buckle up, EA just became poster child for what happens when games stop being games and start being debt instruments. We're not in industry of fun anymore, we're in asset stripping theme park. Thanks for question fixer. Next time bring a stiff drink with it, yeah? Now then, Pyro Friendly Arsonist says, Hey Scotty, any thoughts on Wolverine game? Many calling it woke when it's just one trailer. You know what? I'm done pretending these people are brain cells to rub together. So strap in, cause this one's a category 5 twonkquake. Wolverine game is apparently confirmed woke. Why? Cause a female artist who worked on Concord now works at Insomniac. Logan doesn't sound like a Marlboro ad in human form. And, wait for it, you might have to play as Jean Grey in a few segments. That's it. That's feminist takeover beard oil warriors are raging about. And then you've got this greasy twonk named Rant for Vengeance screaming that game is feminist garbage before discs even printed. Crying about how Logan ain't manly enough, like masculinity only exists if you're shirtless, drunk, stabbing minorities and chain-smoking while making war crime jokes. Mate, that's not Wolverine. That's a Tumblr OC with PTSD and a Pornhub subscription. Absolute state of these clowns. They're frothing at mouth because a woman worked on it, and Insomniac didn't coat game in pure raw steak and shotgun shells. Oh, and cherry on this rage cake? They dug up artist LinkedIn and plastered it online like the court of committing treason. She worked on Concord, she should be blacklisted. Blacklisted? For doing a job on a game you didn't like? How soft do you have to be to call for someone's career to be nuked because you didn't like their colour palette? It's truth they can't swallow. Wolverine's always been complex. He's a loner, trying not to become a monster. And Jean Grey? She's one of the most important characters in his entire history. But that don't matter to these rage goblins, because to them, any story that ain't 100% Logan grunting and gutting is woke. Is it Wolverine you want? Or Doom Guy with sideburns and a woman quarter as zero? So yeah, call it woke, feminist, or whatever bloody hell you want. But it sounds like projection from lads who think masculinity is allergic to nuance. I'll judge game by gameplay when it's released. Until then, only thing going soft here is their critical thinking. Thanks for that, Pyro. You just helped me set half a gaming Twitter on fire. That's all for this week. If your blood's boiling or your brain's buzzing, good. It means it worked. We don't sugarcoat here. We don't talk lines. We break them. You ask, I swing. No PR, no polish. Just fire. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks. Drop your comments and questions below. Especially if you're brave enough to get roasted in front of thousands. And I'll see you next time, you magnificent.